welcome to Talkin' Baloney.
And Jim Deezy in the house.
Big guy. I'm actually in your house.
Classy Wolf Studios is how we call it.
Yes, yeah. This is quite the establishment you have here, man.
Oh, man. Just another day in paradise.
If you want to call it paradise.
It's actually pronounced Chili, but in other news,
yes,
we're talking about what we watched this week. Tell me.
I actually watched the Cassandra series on Netflix.
Okay, and that's a series.
Yeah, it's a little smart house series. It's, basically a murder movie about how your smart house is going to kill you. Highly recommend it in today's times.
All right, let's start over. Tell me the premise. You said smart house.
So these people buy a house, and they got a really good deal on it. And it's like an old school smart house, like one of the first smart houses that ever came out.
Okay.
So there's a lot of robots that walk around. It's integrated, so if you go from room to room, the lady appears on the TV screen. She can do stuff from the kitchen, but there's still a robot that moves around physically in the house with a computer head. Like a screen head.
Gotcha.
And
when you first said smart house, I was thinking like a Blumhouse movie.
No.
A production company named Smart House. But you actually mean like a...
Smart house, yep.
Yeah, no.
Pretty decent series. I wasn't expecting the whole murder plot to be unveiled so quickly.
Okay.
I'm guessing from what I'm picking up from the series is the lady that lived there died or murdered somebody and somehow is in the smart house, the robot. No.
It sounds good.
Yeah. But there's some
this is on Netflix.
Yes, but there's some scenes in it where you're like, I could really see this. You know how I am about this whole perception, reality. There's some stuff in here you could actually see happening.
Like what?
Like when the robot locks the mother in the closet to make the mother appear like she's going insane, and the robot is actually plotting to kill the mom. And there's various scenes where the robot has different attachments to like cut bread and can change out her hands, and she's setting up for the murder, death, kill. Yeah.
And you were thinking about your mother-in-law, and you were thinking about how you could trap her in a room? Is that what?
Yes, with a robot, yes.
Yes, okay. So you were like taking notes.
A lot of notes, a lot of notes. But it's pretty good. It's, I got to say, there's some reality to it. So I got to say, I enjoyed it.
All right. So that's Cassandra. How many episodes?
I think it's 3.
3 episodes,
3 or
limited
4.
series.
Limited series, yeah, Netflix.
All right. So there was a couple of shows I watched. One on Netflix called Apple Cider Vinegar.
Good for cleaning your coffee pot.
That's the story of it's based on a real story of a woman who faked cancer and developed a whole lifestyle, like a Martha Stewart kind of book series and app, and became wealthy for having beaten cancer by healthy living, eating the right foods, and it turned out to all be fraud.
I think me and Melanie were going to watch this.
It's a pretty good series. Yeah. It's a good show. The actress who stars in it is Caitlin Dever. I knew her from a season of Justified.
Mm-hmm.
She also played the daughter on Tim Allen's series Last Man Standing. Was that the title of that?
Okay.
I didn't watch it, but I know she was on it. It's a Australian story, and Netflix also did a documentary about the real story So you can watch that too and get the real scoop, if you will, about the Belle Gibson and her Scamola.
Listen, I actually forgot to write it on here, but I actually, after the Cassandra, Mel's and I watched the Gabby, was it Gabby Pettit?
The Gabby, yeah.
Yeah, we watched that, and that was, listen, horrible.
Yeah.
And how they freaking let the parents get away with that. I wanted to reach through the TV screen and choke the mom and dad.
Yes. So that was American Manhunt.
Yes.
The Gabby Petito
story.
I watched that as well.
Yes.
That was good.
And how, the cops had them on the side of the road and let them go.
So if you haven't seen it, and we're going to spoil it, it was a major story. All the major news networks covered it, but this was a 22-year-old girl traveling with her soon-to-be husband, right? Mm-hmm. They were doing a van life kind of journey.
Yeah.
And during this journey, she disappears.
Yeah.
He seemingly disappeared, and then it turns out he's just back at home chilling with his mom and dad.
Yep.
And
with her van in the driveway.
And the cops go, and mom and dad are like, "No, we're not talking to you."
Yep.
And the cops are like, "Okay, I guess you can say that."
Yeah.
What about this van? And they're like, "Hey, well, they both own it." And then the cops are like, "Nope, it's in her name." And they're like, "Well, fine, take it."
Yeah. You tell me. Well, first off, the fact that a lot of it's taking place in Florida tells you all you need to know about Florida. But like, if that happened in New York, I don't give it crap if you got a lawyer or not. You're coming with us.
And there's definitely some pushback between like the New Jersey cops investigating and the Florida police who are, Florida. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's Florida. But the house is under surveillance. They have all this people out in front of the house, and no one sees the dude leave. That's
And then the guy disappears.
Yeah.
The prime suspect. No one can find him. It's a good documentary. They have access to all of her video that she filmed while they're in the van. They have the police body cam footage from a traffic stop in Utah or Wyoming. And it's a good story. It's a tragedy. So yeah, that's a good one, and we both watched it.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah. How about that?
I kind of also watched another scam series. This one on Hulu called Scamanda or Scamanda or Scamanda.
Scamanda. He said Scamanda.
Yeah, it was all right. It was another real story about a woman faking cancer and ripping off people. Popular theme right now.
Seems to be a lot of women ripping people off.
Yeah. How original.
Yeah. Come on. Come up with something new.
Speaking of which, where is Melly Mel's?
She is, I told her it's a new world now. You come out when I tell you to come out, and just kidding. She's actually home doing schoolwork.
Wow. We are going to get some letters about that one.
Yeah. Okay. I was just kidding. Please have the house unlocked when I get home.
All right. So will you watch some stuff this week?
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be back
next week.
Yeah.
Woo.